where Mother Bruin lives, three little Bruins can't have any fun. Like all children, they get tired of hearing, "Don't do that," and running away is as easy as falling off a log. The only one who seems to have a rabbit's foot for luck is Elmer. He always thinks up the mischief and lets the others get into trouble. When Elmer leads, his brothers tag along, and generally they wish they hadn't. Only he would think of climbing to the cable car, telling his brothers they can see the whole wide world from up there. Few people have ever seen the Bruins on a spree, except through sheer luck. They usually keep as far away from people as possible, and Elmer usually keeps as far away from trouble as possible, once he has let his brothers into it. He decides to watch developments from a distance, pausing only for a taste of his favorite stuff. And when he looks back, what a spot they are in, stuck in midair, unless they learn to do a little tight wire walking, and that's for circus fare. A Boy Scout might do a good turn here if a panic-stricken Bruin doesn't make a bad situation much worse. It's a small wire for clumsy feet, and now he's really in trouble. He'll have no fun learning the hard way. If he ever slips off that wire and falls on the rocks below, he'll find that they're much harder than his head. Nobody around here has a circus net for trapeze artists, which seems to be about the only thing that will save him, unless he finds out how to be a real artist, and now's the time to learn. A Boy Scout in this wild country is never very much surprised at anything he sees, especially little Bruins in trouble, and they're still very much up in the air. How to get them down? Here's a problem for an Eagle Scout. Bruins aren't afraid of a boy when they're frightened. He's the least of a lot of worries just now, even though he's throwing something at them. He missed, but a good scout doesn't give up with just one try at a good deed. Now he's a better judge of the distance. Up it goes directly to the target. And now, it looks like success. It is. The next move is up to them. But there's no need to call and coax. They'll trust him. Just a matter of getting up nerve enough to make a start. For after all, this means getting down to earth. Here comes number one, and if this were done in a circus, they'd call it a thrilling slide for life. He isn't getting any thrill out of it, and he's a little afraid he'll be captured at the end of his slide. Now for number two. He has a lot more confidence. After all, he saw his brother get away with it. It's hard to let go of the car and make the actual start. But once he starts, he doesn't stop to think about anything but freedom. Even a pup. They do think he's a good shot, but they're in a hurry. They're looking for Elmer. They certainly have sharp noses. They smelled him a half a mile away. And now it's just a matter of waiting to see what Elmer will do next. His nose tells him that there's nobody home, just like the house that Goldilocks found in the woods. Elmer's brothers do not have his sense of caution. Once they get an idea and a good sniff, especially when it's something good to eat, they'll go up the side of a house like the reckless little burglars they are. But observe Elmer, whose motto is, "Fools rush in where angels fear to tread." And although he's certainly no angel, he doesn't venture into cable cars or bear traps until he sees what happened to the others. Fortunately, there are no bear traps here, only a lot of nice smells. Elmer, attending strictly to business, is on his way to the pantry shelf. He wouldn't stop to play with a rocking chair that may give a lot of action, but doesn't get you anywhere. Elmer wouldn't waste so much time. Here, for instance, is a whole shelf full of good things. And another Bruin, finding out what Elmer has discovered, tells his brother to stop playing around. Elmer hasn't a can opener, but he'll find a way. Stubborn head just can't let that chair alone. Elmer wonders if he might not do a little better down below. His pal has found something that doesn't need a can opener, but it could turn out to be a bear trap if he doesn't watch out. He'd like to get inside, but it takes a long time to figure out just how to do it without getting trapped. He has sense enough to know that when something closes up, he'd better be on the right side of it. Uses his head. He doesn't need a can opener when so many containers can be smashed on the floor and their contents sampled later. Impatience is getting the upper hand here, and that means caution is forgotten. Meanwhile, Elmer doesn't care who gets into flower bins, so long as he enjoys good hunting. His pal seems to have found the patience necessary to solve his problem. Elmer goes for jellies and jams, smashed on the floor for the easiest way to get at them. It's all very interesting to the flower bin explorer, but his brother doesn't know what's going on. He also has to get into that flower bin, never dreaming that it might backfire on him. So in he goes, and he gets himself well flowered inside and out, with no thought whatever that he may not come out the same way he went in, or perhaps not at all, unless extremely lucky. The tricky bin has dumped him out all right, inside. Well, his luck is with him, and he's glad to escape. No more flower bins. He joins his pal, who, thanks to Elmer, is having quite a party. Elmer wonders how it happens that he has all the brains in the Bruins family. A sudden fight has made the others run away, leaving all that good food to be wasted. Here. And so does Elmer. But there's plenty of time, and he has a full stomach. But he sees them running, and before long, 3 little Bruins have had their spree and race for the safety of the woods.